Dear friends, I'm delighted to be here once again with you in a moment with Sister Prisca. The topic of my reflection with you is just to read part of my work in this collection of poems. Every life is a story. As you can see, this is one of my poetry books. Every life is a story. And as we begin to listen and read from it, I believe that you are going to discover your own story in my own story. Just listen attentively, and you will find that really and truly every life is a story. My life is a story planned by the Most High God, who created the heavens and the earth. I am delighted that He set my part on this wonderful course on earth by leading me through the paths of righteousness and setting me upon a great hill to shine like a light for mankind. My life is a story because our Lord Jesus Christ died for me on the cross of Calvary, and His grace has been sufficient for me. I am grateful to the Blessed Virgin Mary, whose light has often shown me the path to purity and grace. My parents who brought me on this path are appreciated for training me in where I should go. My siblings are nibbling within the large families. You saw me as I talk this life. Everyone who has made an impact in my life, this book is dedicated to you because every life is a story. And as you listen to me, you will discover that your story, my story, are the same. But every one of us lived in a different angle with different experience. Now I begin the mystery of birth. And the first poem in this very collection is Born Naked. This is how every one of us started our own journey. And be you poor, be you rich. This is how we all started our journey. Now listen carefully and attentively. Born naked, conceived in nakedness, formed in my mother's womb, handled with care, every need satisfied. When dear I came forth from an unknown world where I shall never return nor visit any more. My luggage I abandoned, my wares inclusive in a land. I found myself naked in a land of exile. My identity null and void, my citizenship lost. I became a fugitive in a world full of greed and misery. No person, no human person had a beginning different from this. We all were born naked. We all were being conceived in our own mother's womb. And when we were due, God gave us the grace to see this earth, this life in which you and I are living. And we are who we are, thanks to God who has given us life and who continue to sustain us in our daily journey. Now, I move to the second part of it. God's gift. That is my name, Onyinye Chukwu. Every one of us has a name given to us by our parents. That name signifies something beautiful. And your name has something to do with your destiny, with your own identity, with whom you are. When a child is being given a name, the parents always have a reason for choosing that name which they give to their own child. On my own case, my parents gave me the name Onyinye, meaning God's gift. You will listen as I read and you will discover the reason that name came. Onyinye, my parents, my birth rejoiced, admiring their labor's fruits, siblings, neighbors, and friends, my banquet, honor, grace, each with fresh delight move. My birth, God's love expressed, in his glory, a precious gift I became. He blew me life from the doors. So much he bestowed on me with grace and blessings so great. In divine wisdom I schooled, I shared, learned, and observed. My wisdom, God's generosity, a gift I enjoyed out of love. Of all the days in a year, this earth God brought me. After his birthday, he chose to come. A veritable miracle indeed for me and us. An appreciation my birthday became as memories spring forth in flight. Together, family and friends feasted. Favorite old stories find themselves retold. My birthday is a day of meditation when my patron saint Stephen raised his voice upon the heavens. In unity, our hands held together, our love and family renewed before God. As I celebrate my special day, I recall the beauty and hope that the prophet Isaiah sang about an echo of guidance and joy. Indeed, a celebration it calls for, a thanksgiving to God. I lift my voice in love. I cherish his love for me. No other duty surpasses his eternal love for me. God is love, and love is God. I lift my hands in praise. I sing of the goodness I have received. I stretch out my hands in praise to the world, to share my gifts to the world around me. May the heavens bless you, O God. May the world praise you, Rock of Ages. May all the nations bless you, the giver of life. Your gift to me is my gift to the world. My parents gave me the name God's gift because of what they had in mind. I was really a gift from God to them. I was born on the 26th of December, being the Boxing Day, or the day the Christians celebrate the martyrdom of St. Stephen. It is a day after the Christmas celebration. And we're all in the festive period. So that joy of the celebration of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, and in less than 24 hours, I was born. That really tells you the spirit in which the joy of my birth was being welcomed by my parents, by my siblings, by my loved ones, those around me. And because of it, every celebration of my birthday is always a theme of thanksgiving because it is a miracle God did for them. The miracle I received from God because being born within the season of the celebration of Christ, in the celebration of St. Stephen, who defended his faith, this also is a reminder of me to always live a life that is worthy of emulation. So each day, each moment of my life is always a gift because My gift is God's gift to humanity. And because of it, I try the much I can in order to be a gift to those around me. We now continue to the next point, journeying through it. After the birth of a child, the naming ceremony, and everything that goes with it, now begins the next episode, journeying through it. My birth, my childhood, my initiation, my journey, all God's began. Mother, father, neighbors joyfully cried. My initiation, a poor me. Maybe they knew why I cried. They did theirs, they cared not. My journey in the hand of God, true consoler, with him I overcome. Hard it was to eat, play and crawl. My worries were but a moan. Nothing I knew about my roots, a compassionate God in my guide. Within the walls of reasoning, I chose people to care when in need. They failed me one after another. Each had a sword against my fortune. With a wider knowledge of life, my burden I took, my complaints swallowed. One with God majority, my watchwords were patience, my virtue, success, my target. Nothing gave me contentment, title, trade, positions came to naught. In other paradise, Paul, I lacked something great, wisdom, wealth, fame, knowledge will fade. I sought for permanence. I surrendered all but poverty. My good deeds, the grave will lead me to. Jesus called, I heard. Come to me, he said. Lay down your bodies, depart from evil. I found him and evil lay dead. It is my discovery. Life in sin was dead. Come, follow Jesus, translate to his glory. In being home with Jesus, my salvation lay before me. The old me gone, all new I became. Praise God, all my being. Let me not part from thee. Every journey of every human person begins from birth, from childhood, from our own naming ceremony, initiation. Then starts our journey. Every child who is being born is always being welcomed by the mother who first is the child. And with that love, that maternal love, every one of us grew in the family composed of father, mother, and most times we have other siblings, relatives, because in a society and for a society to be called one, it must have components of human existence. And that is why we are being called family, because we are members of a particular community. And as we continue to journey, sometimes there are experiences that life may bring to us that will make us to begin to either feel that sense of belonging or sometimes that pain which may try to make us to stop, to reflect and begin to think, how far is my journey? But sometimes, just as human persons, when we overtrust somebody, when we think that our future is in the hands of someone else, or we may have given over expectation that someone is going to help us, we begin to meet disappointments. And that is the reason, no matter what you face in your life, always remember that you always have God who never disappoints. God never disappoints anyone. Sometimes we may pray, it may seem as if God has not been listening to us. It may seem as if God has not listening to us enough. We may be looking at God with our own timing, forgetting that God operates in a different timing. Listen to this. It is my discovery. Life in sin was states. Come, follow Jesus, translate to his glory. Every one of us is this beautiful gift given from God. Because in our existence as human person, wealth, fame, knowledge will fade. Let us look for the permanence. Let us seek eternal life from God. Because in being home with Jesus, our salvation is sure. And with this, if we continue to give thanks to God, God will make our life a blessed one. Now I go to the next poem, which I captioned Child, Sweet Child. I love being a child, not an elderly person who is hunched and wrinkled. It's a pleasant life, I think, and so I desire to remain a child. The child is new, he is ever pure, without smear. I see myself in every child. I love them, toddling and growing, improving and forever new. They are on the road, they are on the way, they have come to a stop at the end of the road. I love children, they struggle not. Little limitation, they know not. For him it is to overcome, to stop not and grow with joy. Their eyes, innocent, purity in age and mind, with smiles from the heart, devoid of envy and rancor. Lord, keep me a child to preserve my innocence. Dear friend, in this poem, this is just to tell you about the innocence of every child. A child is so simple and innocent. The child easily forgets offenses received. Their joy is just to overcome, to learn. They may cry in the process, they may fall, and each of the experiences they encounter, they just let go and continue to move on because they find themselves in that stage of growth. Let us always learn that habit of growing up. It's not a question of number of years. It is to have a childlike spirit, not childish, but childlike spirit. Lord, keep me a child to preserve my innocence, that I may live my life without rancor, that I may live to forgive offenses, that I may live to bless God daily. Let us renew ourselves in the Lord. Let us always learn to drop everything behind, anything that will make us grow tired and stop growing. You know, when you stop growing, you begin to die gradually. Easy yourself and be childlike. That is the reason we have to learn to be like a child with a childlike spirit, with a childlike simplicity. Now I am going to another poem which I titled Ajalobim, the game of my childhood. You know, every generation has a particular game that the children of that time grew up with. And this particular one in my own language, it is being called Ajalobim. That is the game of my childhood. Now listen to the poem and you will be able to grab something by your own self. Beauty is everywhere and in everything. The value of early childhood orientation is not always evident in our imagination. Create new strength within you to achieve a pleasant recollection. There is joy in revisiting the past. The joy of every mortal is to find happiness and love. Experience is the power of grace. The history revives the spirit. We are products of the stories past. The game I love to play, I play no more. Am I to blame? No, but the present times. Agile being my childhood game, a game of liberation. Everything seems different. From where I was born, these world games change your style. Hide and seek, Okusan and Ten. The days of black and white television. We sang Sandalili song. My contemporaries can attest. The modern world, our childhood days reversed. The affection of child's play is almost forgotten. People are no longer familiar with the past. Many are ashamed to retrace their roots to avoid being considered medievalists. A man without history has not future. I learn from every experience. Tradition is a source of nourishment, the pride and joy of every early beginning. Life is like a muddy pond. Anything you stamp on it reflects, similar to a clean paper that allows you write anything. Hold on to the good things you can dream. There is no past without deriving lessons therefrom. In my changed world, I desire to remain with ancient wisdom. The treasure of love is in our homes. There may be other treasures in our homes, not even the luxuries and adornment. What more than happy childhood days? Dear friend, this poem, which I just recited, Ajalobim, the game of my childhood. Let me explain this game to you. When I was still growing up, when I was a child, there is this game of liberation that you will hide, and one of the children will now go in search of you. They will begin to chase you. If they're able to get you, that means you are being held hostage. But if you run and you are able to enter into that circle, because there is a circle that we just run on the ground, that if you are able to run inside that circle, it is kind of you are being freed, your liberation. This was one of the plays or the game I played during my own time. Not only that one, there were other games that we did. Change your style, swirl, or even hide and seek, Okoso, Ten. During our own time, there were black and white television. Not now, everywhere is full of color television. And in that time, when we are going to watch television, You just have to remove your slippers or your sandals, anything you're wearing, and just sit on the floor and just watch the TV sitting on the floor. Some who are unable, because sometimes we just go to somebody who already have television in their home. Some will just stay by the window and be watching from outside and seeing what they are doing in the television. The joy of growing up is one of those things. Whether you are rich, whether you are poor, if you do not have your story past, if you do not remember your past, you have missed much. Don't forget where you started your journey from, because he who forgets where he started his journey from may end up without having history, will end up without having anything to build up his or her own story. Remember, life is like a muddy pond. Anything you stamp on it reflects, similar to a clean paper that allows you write anything. Hold on to the good things you can dream. There is no past without deriving lessons thereafter. I loved my own time, no matter how little it was. That is one of the reasons I am here. And I am grateful with that little my parents were able to provide for me during those times. I thank their efforts, and it is now my duty to provide for those coming after me. The next poem, My Life, a Gift from God. My story begins with you. A part of my story, the role you played, left positive scars on my mind. I am blessed to have you alive. When I began my journey, I knew not what awaited me, full of thoughts as I took my first steps, more convinced with every step. My moment of blessings began with my birth, for me and for those in the neighborhood, a day of joyous celebration, an unforgettable day for me and my loved ones. I believe in my story. I believe in myself. I believe in my destiny. I believe in God. Even when things go wrong for me, even when I feel lost in thoughts, even when I feel discouraged, I believe my light will shine. Hard times are for strong people. Pain experience is good for a change. Sorrow may surface along the way. Everything that happens to me is for good. I am brave because God leads my way. My life may be rough, but I remain strong. From the deep sleep, I see in my dream a brilliant future prepared for me by God. For this, I believe in God. I believe in myself. I believe in my daily effort. My life is a special gift from God. I don't know about you. I am talking about myself. I believe everything that has happened to me, everything that is happening to me, and everything that will happen to me is a gift from God. Because my journey started with God. My journey has been with the Lord, and it will continue to be with the Lord. Because if you do not know whom you started your journey with, you will easily forget whom you are working with. I believe in my story. I believe in myself. I believe in my destiny, and I believe in myself. And because I believe in my story, I am equally grateful to those who have been part of my own story. Whether it was hard, whether it was a beautiful experience, it is my story. I got a lesson, and because of it, I am whom I am. And for every person who have impacted in my life, I am grateful to that person because at that time, God used them in order to teach me a lesson. God used them in order to show me that His presence is real in my life. Don't forget that if you believe in God, you believe in yourself, you believe in your daily effort, your life will now become and it will remain a special gift from God. Always be appreciative because gratitude is the music of the soul. Onyinye Chinyere, my gift from God. This is another poem from this collection. My father begot me after my birth. He looked at the heavens as well as the earth. He searched thoroughly. He thought, man thought. Of all the names in our land, he gave me the name Onyinye Chinyere, a gift from God, yet with deeper expression. It is indeed great, a unique identity known to God and man, a name with a difference, at least with a blessing, thoughtfulness, hope, and charity, abundant gift from God to mankind. The gift of my name has been written in the palm of God's own hands, ever remembered by me and those in the neighborhood. It is like a precious ornament to me from God, the giver of life, dwells greatness, virtues, and goodness. Onyinye Chinyere, it is not only a gift from God, it is my gift to God and others. It is affection and appreciation in action. My name tells more about my person. It is my joy, your joy, our joy, to be identified with a gift of a name. Whatever and wherever you are, forget not to whistle my name. Oni, Onine, or Onyinye Chinyere. This Oni, as someone may call me in a short form. This tells me what my father had in mind about me. He considered me a gift from God, and indeed, I am a gift not just from God, I am a gift to my family. And because of that gift, everything about me still remains. And because of it, I continue to remain a joy. So, dear friends, every life is a story. We are still going to continue reading this story because we are yet to enter into another session of it. Why I have come. From here, we will now begin to know about the mission of our existence, why God has allowed us to live in this existential planet. I thank you, dear friends, for making out your time to stop over in this very channel, A Moment with Sister Prisca, as we have restarted our daily live stream. Please don't forget to please subscribe. Share this link to others. Invite your friends to join me in this channel so that we'll be able to build it together. I have taken out time in order to program the things that we are going to do in order that we journey together and be able to learn more. If you have any beautiful suggestion, remark, or even advice on how better to follow up, it will be welcome. Don't forget that your suggestions to me matter so much. We are going to build this channel together. I will not be the only one that will do it. As time goes on, I will have you as my collaborators. We are going to work together. And because you are here, I am happy. And I ask God to bless you wherever you are joining from. May God's blessing always remain with you. Thank you for being part of my own success story. And because you are here, it is a thing of joy to have you. Don't forget to come back because we will be having the next session very soon. Watch other videos in this very channel. Subscribe and equally share the link to others. Invite them. We are very loaded with beautiful topics, contents that we're going to do. Tomorrow, we are going to do something different. Bring your own suggestion. Let us learn from you as well. But I will give you the much I can. If you have other things, add it up so that we will be able to enrich. I am Prisca Nwokorie, reaching out to you in a moment with Sister Prisca. Don't forget that this channel, wherever you browse, just write a moment with Sister Prisca. It will get you to my channel. Whether on YouTube, on the website, or on the WhatsApp channel, or even in the Facebook, wherever you type a moment with Sister Prisca, you are rightfully connected. Please don't forget to share the link with others. Invite your friends. Kindly help me and post the link on your status so that others will come to know about it. And may God continue to bless you as you help me disseminate and share this link to invite others. God bless you for your time. We're going to be back here soonest. Bye.